I'm your Assistant Entertainment Manager, Gary Watson.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Playhouse Theatre. Good evening. Has everyone had a good day today? Yes. Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now showtime. He's back with his second and final show. In fact, he's actually leaving us in Madeira because he's going on a huge tour of Turkey and Sweden.
No, sorry, no. Torquay and Swindon.
Torquay and Swindon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, it's John Evans.
Hello. Good evening, how are you? How are you feeling? Okay, you feeling good? Yes. You look great. Who saw me a couple of nights ago? Yes. And who didn't see me a couple of nights ago? Yes. And who couldn't give a toss, never see me again? Thanks for that, really support, thank you. Good to see you. I've been watching Sky News, I don't know if you've seen the news, ladies and gentlemen. Marks and Spencer's have announced they're going to merge with Pound Stretchers, yes. New shop's going to be called Stretch Marks, and in Brexit news, ladies and gentlemen, the Chancellor of the Exchequer has announced that certain items that you take back to the UK after your holidays will now be duty payable. Those items include individual packets of PG Tips tea bags, and teeny tiny jars of jam and honey. I've seen you all! God help us! It's great to see it, really is. I love it on board the ship. I'll miss it when I go, I'll miss it when I leave in Madeira, I'll miss it, because I miss my cabin steward. I'll tell you how good he is. About 2:30 this morning, I got up, go to the bathroom, I come back and he'd made the bed. And he was in it. So listen, I'm joking. I am being looked after this week by a gorgeous lady from the Philippines. She's so wonderful, so attentive. Every minute she's wonderful. 8:30 this morning, there she was. Would you like some coffee, Mr. Evans? Maybe some cereal? I said, no, I'm fine. 9 o'clock, there she was again. How about some toast, Mr. Evans? Maybe some orange juice? Maybe a croissant? I said, no, I'm fine. She said, well, I'm going to get up, I'm starving. They think of everything on board, they look after you so well, they really do think of everything, You've even got your very own personal piece of dental floss. Have you found it yet? It's in the shower. It's quite high up, you've got to kind of put it across. There was a fight in the restaurant today, at lunchtime. An old man called the waitress across and said, excuse me, I'd like a quickie. She slapped him. He said, what was that for? All I wanted was a quickie, so she hit him again. I said, I'm sorry, sir. I think you find it's pronounced quiche. So the same old guy, about an hour or so later, outside the theatre, crying his eyes out, sobbing. I said, you okay? He said, He said, am I okay? I'm 85 years of age. I'm here on my honeymoon. I've just got married to a 25-year-old Swedish nymphomaniac. I open my eyes in the morning, we make love until lunchtime, then it's upstairs for lunch, then it's back down to the cabin for a massage and some more love making on the balcony. Then we go for dinner, then we have champagne and dancing on the back deck, then we go back down to the cabin and make love again until dawn. God, I'm so happy. That's what you're crying for, is I've forgotten my cabin number. Somebody moves my cabin, I can never find it. So what I do now is I just phone for room service and follow the guy with a tray. I wasn't well when I got up this morning. I went to the doctors on board the ship. I said, I'm not well. He said, you're overweight. I said, I'd like a second opinion. He said, okay, you're ugly as well. He said, what is the lightest you've ever been? I said, 8 pounds, 11 ounces. He said, when you pass water, does it burn? I said, never tried to light it. Somebody must have... Who's done that? No, because I'm at that age now. I've got the letter from the doctor. Now you're 50, come and have the examination. We've got a backless gown with your name on it. Come and see us. Well, I was putting it off and I went. Anyway, he was there in his white coat. He just climb on the bed there, pull your knees up to your chest, face the wall. So I did, I had the glove going on. The gel. He started, you know, rummaging. And he's chatting to me. So, do you watch Bargain Hunt? Don't talk to me, but just do it, mate. He said, well, that all seems fine. And he walked out, and the doctor came in and said, who was that? Anyway, I had a nightmare the other night. I had a nightmare. I had to change cabins. When I finished the show the other night, I went for a drink in the bar, and the purser said to me, I'm glad I've seen you, John. I've got a problem. I need to move you out of your cabin and put some guests into your cabin. I need to make you share, because we're sailing quite full. Do you mind sharing? I thought, well, I've got to share. What am I going to do? I can't wait around for us to find a travel lodge with a dry dock, can I? So I thought, well, I've got to take it. So he said, the problem is, there's no passenger cabins left. I'm going to have to put you downstairs in a crew cabin with an engineer from the Philippines, and he snores something rotten, so nobody will share with him. Sometimes the cabin rattles, nobody will share. It's that noisy. I thought, well, I've got to take it, so I took it. Got up in the morning, ran into the purser again. He said, did you sleep? I said, I slept like a baby. He said, how did you manage that? I said, it was easy. Went out for a drink with the lads, went downstairs to the cabin, gave him a kiss, ran my fingers through his hair. He was up all night watching me. Yeah, it's been great to see you. People come on board the ship to relax. Sometimes they relax so much they forget who they are, and they have to ask you when they get out of the lift. Something happens when they have that ride from deck 5 or 6 up to like 14 or 15, and they forget who they are, and they have to ask you. Don't they come out, the doors open, they come out, they say, is this us? And they had a sign outside them lifts telling you where to go. They don't need a sign, they need a marriage guidance counsellor. I've seen more arguments outside them lifts in the last 24 hours. The doors open, couples come out, it's this way, darling, it's this way, it's this way! It's this bloody way, it's this way! I'm going on my own, I'm sick of you, I'm sick to death of you. The ship is full of men and after their wives shouting, wait, please! How will I know what to wear in the morning? And can I just let you know, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you all, that if you hear an announcement from the bridge in the morning when the captain comes on and tells us where we are, you know, and where we're going and all that, you can put your telly on, you know, and you can hear that announcement on the telly on one of the channels. Because when you know what happens, well, honestly, my corridor, it's like a row of cuckoo clocks, right? When it makes it, the doors open, and one fella pops his head out like that. And he relays what's going on. Yeah, we're still sailing, we're still at sea, love, still at sea. He's on about bloody Derbyshire again, love. He's on about Derbyshire again, Derbyshire. The captain spoke to me today. Yeah, he said, hey, you fatty, shift. I try and lose weight when I'm on these ships. The food's everywhere you're looking at. I mean, I was in the gym. I went to the gym today. I'm not overweight. I'm just too short. There's a chart in there for my current weight. I should be 8'11". Anyway, I've got one of the exercise bikes. Have you noticed the faster you pedal, the faster the ship goes? I went to the salon tonight, the spa. Get myself ready for the show, you know. I thought, well, only had a trim. Well, only had 100 quid on me. And then don't clap when you when you clap at mutiny. When I get a clap for that, it's mutiny. I'll get into trouble. Don't clap. I sat in the chair. I couldn't believe the girl's attitude. She said, "Does Sarah realise he's going bald?" I said, "Well, hurry up." They do a thing up there called Time for Men, where men can go in and have a shoulder massage and a scalp massage, and you feel all relaxed and all that. And they have a barber with a cutthroat razor. You know the old bare blades? Well, I thought I'm going to have a go at this. Well, I sat in the chair today, right, about 11 o'clock, when we were hit down, you know, it was a bit lumpy and bumpy, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It wasn't like a rough ride, but it was a bit lumpy and swayy, you know what I mean? Like the swell and all that. Well, he'd come towards me with this bare blade like this, and this, I could have jumped, and he's like that. He said, have you had one of these before, sir? I said, right now, pal, all I want is a chance of a second one, you know, and he's... Well, he starts to shave me. When as he was shaving me, his assistant come out, starts using them little clippers around the back of my hair. His assistant was stunning. I thought, well, I'll talk to her. I said, hello there. Do you want to come and see my show this evening in the theatre? Maybe we'll have a bite to eat at the buffet afterwards. Certainly not. She said, I'm married. Come on, I said, they're all doing it now. Just tell your husband you're going to have a drink with the girls. She said, you tell him he's shaving you. Inside 5 minutes, he'd cut me neck, sliced me cheek, nicked me on the ear, there's blood everywhere. He said, do you want your head wrapping in a towel? I said, no, get me a bag and I'll pick it up, it's all over the floor, won't it? Little old fellow went in, about 95, 96, he had one arm. One arm! Seb again, sat in the chair, the barber is trying to shave him, he's shaking with rage. He's cut into ribbons. He said, have you been in here before? I said, no, I lost my arm in the war. Anyway, I said to myself, I love this ship. I'm jealous of you going to the Caribbean, and I love the Caribbean. I do love the Caribbean, and I love this ship. Because the last time I was on here, they were showing, you know, on the movie screen upstairs, the big, you know, the sea screen upstairs on deck 15, 16, they were showing Jaws 3D. Brilliant. Well, I put the glasses on, I'm walking down the middle aisle, I said to this bloke, I said, excuse me, are you using that sun lounger? He said, I'm in the film. Well, I sat down and I'm watching the film. On this particular cruise, it was a take your pets to sea cruise. People had taken dogs and cats and budgerigars and everything. And one fella, he took a tortoise with him and he wouldn't leave it in the cabin. And he took it and it was in his pocket on his shorts upstairs in the Caribbean. I'm watching Jaws 3D, but about halfway through the film, and the sun comes up and the whole deck was bathed in sunlight. And this tortoise thought it was the end of the hibernation season, and it's chewed a hole in this fella's shorts here. Don't race ahead of me now, don't race ahead! Well, it's come up like this. And these old ladies wanted, oh my God, look at that, he's got it out in the cinema, he's got it out! Have a look, she said, oh, ignore it, she said, I can't, it's eating me ice cream! I didn't see it. It's a kid there in the front, in trouble now, kid. It's great to see her. I'm looking forward to speaking to my wife. I spoke to my wife today, I phoned her today. She said, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. I said, what's the good news? She said, the airbag works in the Volvo. She shouldn't be driving, she hadn't even passed the test yet. She almost passed. Last time I got to the examiner said, name a sign you would see on the highway. She said, strawberry picking, third left. So I do all my own driving. I hate it. Especially in the winter. Don't mind in the summer or the spring. I can't stand driving in the winter. I was on the M6 beginning of January this year. Big wagon in front of me, all of this stuff coming out of the back of the wagon, going all over the front of my car. I thought, I'm not happy about this. Pulled alongside, middle lane, window down, shouted, excuse me! He said, what? I said, you're losing your load. He said, what? I said, you're losing your load. He said, I'm gritting. I pulled into the service station, got myself a cup of coffee and a Kit Kat. I said to the girl behind the counter, you're gonna love me. I've only got a £20 note. She said, well, put the Kit Kat back. I'm looking forward to getting home. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been away for weeks now, and I miss my wife. She's lovely, my wife. She's half French. Yeah, just shaved to the one arm, you know. And when I met her, I I spoke no French. I had to learn French to try and woo her, you know what I mean? So I can speak French now. Père de deux means father of twins. Quite easy. Coup de grace, mow the lawn. I can speak Japanese, a Japanese nappy. Ah, sako pupu. Japanese grounds for divorce. Ah, laka noki. See, Julie, so But on our honeymoon, me and my wife, we went to the south of France where she's originally from, and we were driving around the south of France in this little rent-a-car. My wife said, I feel rather fruity. I said, what do you mean? Come on, let's make love like the French people do. I said, how's that? No, she said, that's cricket. Come on, let's make love. Let's make love in the open air, so people will see us. She said, they won't. Get under the car. Well, I've only rented a micro, little thing. I got into the car, half an hour later, big gendarme comes across. Excusez-moi, madame et monsieur. What are you doing? He was part German, this French fellow. I said, I'm fixing the car. Oh, no, you're not, you dirty devils. You are not fixing the car. I said, go on, then give me 3 reasons why I'm not fixing the car. Oh, he said, I will. 1, your feet are pointing the wrong way. 2, there are 3,000 people gathered round shouting, Viva la Sport! And 3, your car was stolen half an hour ago. Yes, we get to work all over the world. I'm very lucky. I've done some great shows in my time. I did a show the other week in Russia for the expats and the diplomats that work over there. Did a stupid thing, left my phone on the plane. Wanted to let my family know I was safe. I mean, it was Moscow after all, so I went down to reception in the hotel I was staying at, said to the receptionist, could you tell me please, what is the international code for England? She said, the Red Fox is flying west tonight. I'm always doing that. I said the wrong thing to the wrong person. Got to a taxi once in London, said to the driver, King Arthur's close. He said, it's okay, I'll lose with the next turn. Did a show in London before I got married. I was only a kid, years ago. I went did the show, big show. When I finished the show, I stayed overnight in London, first time ever. I got lost in Soho, the red light area. And before I went, my mum had said to me, if you go to Soho, don't go in any of those bars. You'll see something you shouldn't. And I did. I went in and saw my dad. There's a woman in there, she said, would you like to sleep with me for £100? I thought, well, I'm not very tired, but I could do with the money. There was a girl at the bar, I thought I'll talk to her. A man stopped me, he said, don't talk to her. I said, why? He said, she's a psychopath. I said, what? He said, she's a psychopath. I thought, I don't care, I fancy her. I walked across in a low love. I believe you do all that crazy paving. Yeah, I've lost them again now. I didn't know the first time. So I come out, trying to find my way back to the hotel I was staying at. Long time before we had GPSs, you know, and mobile devices to tell you where to go and everything. So I went into a phone box in London. On the walls of the phone box, pictures of ladies on business cards offering services, certain services. For the weary business traveller. I thought, well, what the hell, might as well try this. Well, I got one of these cards down, went back to the hotel, and I dialed the number on the card. This lady's voice said, hello, can I help you? I said, yes, you can. You can be here in my hotel in less than 25 minutes flat, wearing nothing but a basque, high heels, stockings and a raincoat. I've got some champagne. We'll have a fantastic night. How does that sound? She said, well, it sounds great, but you've got to dial 9 for an outside line. I said, well, I'll just have a club sandwich. No, I miss my wife when I'm away. When I'm away, she sends me away with DVDs to watch. This week's DVDs get me out of trouble. Gladiator, Russell Crowe. Have you seen that movie? Great movie. Well, I rang her, as I say, this morning. She said, you put your copy of Gladiator on now, and I'll put my copy on here at home. And we watch it together across the miles. It'll be really romantic, so I put my copy on, she put her copy on. She said, right, press play now. What part are you watching now? I said, well, he just left home now. Going to make himself a fortune as a gladiator. Oh, no, should I way on past that part? Fast forward yours. So fast forwarded mine. She said, right, press play now. What part are you watching now? I said, well, he's outside the Colosseum now. He's going to go in soon and have a battle. Oh, no, should I way on past that part? Fast forward yours. So fast forwarded mine. She said, right, press play now. What part are you watching now? I said, well, he's in the ring now. He's got all the armour on, the sword, the shield. It's nearly time for the end of the movie. Oh, she said, pause it! So I paused it. She said, right, can you see the gladiator at the back, second from the left? I said, yeah. She said, well, those are the sandals I want. $1.60 a minute on the satellite this. I'll be back soon in the UK, doing a few gigs around down the. I work in the UK as well, not just on ships. You know, I was working in Scotland. Any Scots with us? Any Scots? Yes, here we are. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from, guys? Whereabouts? Edinburgh, lovely. Anybody from Scotland? Anybody from Glasgow? Yeah. Scottish borders. Whereabouts? What's it called? Whereabouts? Where? There's a what? People's in the She sounds like somebody off in the night garden. Did you say Berwick? You said people. Oh, I'm only asking you, love, bloody hell. Just because Japan beat you. I'm kidding, I'm joking. It's a lovely country. I love Scotland. You got what's her name there? Nicola Sturgeon, haven't you, up there? And before that, you notice that when you see Nicola Sturgeon, you never see her and Alec Jones in the same room. No, Nicola Sturgeon, and before that you had what's his name? Alex Salmon. Something very fishy going on up there. No, I've not been up to Peebles. Is it Peebles? You said Peebles. Peebles. What a lovely Peebles. Whereabouts is Peebles then? Don't say on the beach. Why am I looking at her? I'm looking at her. It's you there. I'm looking at the lady there, thinking she's not answering me. Lips aren't bloody moving when she's speaking. And it's her down here. Where's Peebles then? Sorry, honey. Whereabouts? All right, love. Okay. What's your middle name? Satnav. Is it not? Turn left at the right left. Here we go. It's a great name, that Peebles. It's lovely. I went to Glasgow once for a laugh, and I came back in stitches. I went to this place in Glasgow. I said to the girl behind the bar, "Can I have a pint of lager?" She said, "That'll be 2p." I said, "I'm sorry." She said, 2p. I said, "Why is it only 2p?" She said, "The pub is 200 years old today. And we're charging the prices that we charged 200 years ago, 2p. I said, "I'll take 8. 16 pence. Turn around, place is packed. Not a soul is drinking or enjoying themselves like these." I said, "Hey, come on, mid the Glasgow, 2 pence a pint. No one's just drinking." She said, "Oh no, we're waiting for happy hour." Yeah, I've worked in Scotland. I've worked in Wales. Any Welsh people? Yeah. Oh Christ, it's a quiet down here. Where are you? Because I tell you what, I can't see, you see. I know I'm talking to you think it was you talking, because I can't see anything. Albeit, it's all black. All I can see are the lights reflecting off your glasses. It's like working to 700 Japanese snipers. It's most disconcerting, it really is. So, wait, where are you? Hello there. Which part of Wales are you from, lovely? South Wales, lovely, lovely. I love South Wales ladies, because they have a great accent in South Wales. They start talking quite normally. The what? The north are better. I don't know, I've not tried a northern Welsh girl. Couldn't possibly comment. Whereabouts North Wales are you from? Where? Llanberis? Snowdon? Okay, well, North Wales, they have an accent up there, because I'll just talk about these for a second, because South Wales, the ladies, they start talking quite normally, and at the end of the sentence, they end up screaming. I don't know what it is, you watch these ladies from South Wales now. Do you go home? When they go home, do you have a nice holiday? Oh yes, we went on a cruise! Was it good? Oh, it's brilliant! And I'll tell you what, right, in North Wales, and like Llanberis, Snowdon, and Anglesey and all right, anybody from Anglesey? Because the blokes in Anglesey, they talk, but it's like they sound like they don't want the words to come out. They keep, everybody talks, so they keep the throat and the words at the back of the throat. In case anybody gets offended, so they don't want to let the words come out. I love North Wales. I was last time I was in Wales. I was driving back. I got one of nature's laxatives in the mirror, the blue flashing light. He put the sign up, stop police. I put mine up, no chance, thief. You know. Police come over. I said, what's up? He said, spot, check. I said, I've got 2 on my neck and 4 on my back. He said, what's in your boot? I said, 5 toes and a sock. Hey, I was on an American ship last week, tried to change that joke round, because they don't say boot, they say trunk. So I said, what did the policeman say? You know, what have you got in your trunks? 5 toes and a sock. I couldn't sit by the pool. They were staring at me. Whenever the police stop you, why they were sarcastic. Any police in? Any police in? Any police? I'll change it before I start now. Any police? No way, really? Police? Well, you'd be bloody good, wouldn't you? If there's a problem here, and I'll shout police, and you're like, yeah! And then you just went undercover. When they ask you sarcastic questions like, are you the driver of this vehicle? I said, well, it's an automatic, but I have to sit here. Why were you driving on the pavement? I said, because I have no road tax. Come on, he said, it's 4:30 in the morning. What are you doing out at this time? I said, I'm on the staff outing. He said, you're on your own. I said, I'm self-employed. Middle of Wales, he said, where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? I said, Llandudno. He said, I can tell you in English. I said, how? He said, it's Llandudno. He said, where do you go? And I said, Liverpool. He said, blow into this. I said, what is it? He said, it's a bag and it tells me when you've had enough to drink. Do you know that I've got one of those at home? I've got an affinity with North Wales. I love North Wales. I'll tell you why. I did pantomime there in Llandudno at the venue Cymru. Do you know that one? Yeah. Are you cross-eyed? I'm talking to her from North Wales. I'm from there. Are you from the... Oh, Jules is there! Jules! Oh, you came there every year. You can shake my hand. This is Jules. Follows me on Twitter, don't you? Oh, yeah. She does. Get up my garden. Jules, I never saw you there because I can't see anything. Good to see you. I'll see you later. See you in a bit. See you in a bit. Get security, she said. She's lovely, Julie. So yeah, no, I did pantomime in North Wales in Llandudno there at the venue Cymru. The true story, very first year we did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I was driving to the car park, very first day of rehearsals. Car in front of mine stopped dead. I went smack right to the car in front. I was devastated. Got out of the car to apologise. Man got out of his car. He was this big. I thought, what a coincidence. Here we are. It's not acceptable. It's this, what a coincidence. I said, I'm so sorry. He said, I'm not happy. I said, which one are you? Do you know, work all over the world. I've worked in Ireland. Any Irish people here? Northern Ireland. Imagine them talking to Chester. Northern Ireland, what's occurring? Beatles. I love the Irish. I'm actually part Irish by a friend of my mother's. And then... I was in this one place in Dublin, I thought I'll have some fun. There was two guys stood at the bar. I walked across and said, what's got 4 legs and smells? Hold on a second, wait a second. What's got 4 legs and smells? And I said, I know it. What's got 4 legs and smells? He was mate, did you know it? Was it did 4 legs and smells? What it did 4? No, he said, I don't know. We said, we don't know. I said, you two. Well, good God, that's a cracker. Wait till Seamus and Sean come in, we'll get them with that one. Seamus and Sean walked in. Seamus, Sean, come here. What's got 4 legs and smells? And I don't know. He said, me and him. Well, you can't tell a lot about the Irish Parliament. Could you tell me, please, how long does it take to fly to Sydney, Australia? She said, just a minute. She said, thank you. They put the phone down. So, I love stories about different parts of the country. I love the Welsh stories. The Welsh had a lovely couple of, the man had been working down the mines for 30 years, and his first day of retirement, the mining officials came and knocked at his door down in the valleys, and they knocked at the door, and his wife answered, Mrs. Jones. He said, Mrs. Jones, she said, yes. He said, well, we're here from the Mining Commission, and we just needed to have a chat to your husband. There's been some petty thieving from the mines in the last couple of weeks. I'm just wondering, has he turned up home with like an extra pair of boots, maybe a helmet with a lamp on for his souvenir? Oh, she said, how very dare you? He's given his best year of his life to that pit. How dare you suggest he would steal anything? He said, well, it's okay, we're not suggesting anything of the sort, but I wonder, could we have a chat with him? She said, yes, he's down the bottom of the garden in the potting shed. So we'll just walk down and see him. Oh, she said, don't walk, go on the conveyor belt. No, you are lovely, you really are. So, I try and put accents on as well, but I can't. I love accents. I'm fascinated by accents. We've got more accents per square mile in the UK than anywhere else in the whole of Europe. Like when you wake up in Scotland, you've got to tell your jokes in a Scottish accent like this. But I went to the sports shop in Glasgow and said, excuse me, on the wall, them antlers. How much? The girl said, 45 pound. He said, they're half a dear. I don't get it. That's she gets it. The 2 Scottish guys, one of them was getting married. He said on his stag do, he said, I've got all the gear. He said, I've got all the gear ready for tomorrow. He said, I've got the wee socks and the laces to go around the sock, and I've got the dagger. He said, because I'm wearing a kilt. He said, so do I. What's the tartan? He said, I don't know, probably a white dress. Now Newcastle got great at Geordies. See, I just glossed over that one there. Any Geordies here? Ooh, I love Geordies. You're right in the front as well. Look at that, great. I love working in Newcastle. You're getting close when you drive up the A1 and you start seeing them signs hanging off the motorway bridges, hand painted with messages on like "Happy 30th birthday, Nana." Half of them didn't get that there. You've got to tell your jokes of this right in Newcastle. The old lady went to the hairdressers. She said, "Why, could you give us a perm?" He said, "Why, aye. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was wet as snow." Birmingham, any brummies in Birmingham? Do you know what? I've never heard anybody from Birmingham that excited in my life. Anybody Wolverhampton? They are. Everybody still talks the same sort of time. Wolverhampton, nobody gets excited, do they? Do you enjoy your holiday? Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we had a lovely time. Yeah, it was great. We never stopped laughing the whole time. It was great. Was the weather good? Yeah, it was really hot. Yeah, it was lovely. The food good? Yeah, lovely. Imagine if somebody from the postcode lottery, imagine if somebody from Wolverhampton won it. Imagine when they went on them adverts where they knock at the door with a big cheque. I don't mean somebody from Prague, I mean the big... Hi, Barry Wolverhampton, you've just won £30,000. How do you feel? Oh, yeah, bloody great, Daddy. Yeah, it's great. Lovely, yeah, lovely. There's a place not 20 miles from Liverpool. You think I'd be all right with my accent? You're wrong. There's a place. You've got to change your accent totally. Wigan. Go away, Wigan. Have you got Wigan? I'm over there. Great. Which part of Wigan are you from, guys? Whereabouts? Pemberton. There was a club in Pemberton. There's a couple, wasn't there? Where? West Ward Labour Club. Do you know what? I'll tell you something, right? West Ward Labour Club. That's the one with car park, and he should park my car outside. Then a doorman had come out. He was always about 85 or 86. This fella. And he was there in case any trouble started. Right. And he come over to your car, are you the artist for the people? Are you the person to do the show? Are you the entertainer? Have you come from the agency? Have you Have you come from the agent? Yes, I said I'm the oh, what do you do for the people when you go on stage? What do you do for the people when you go on stage for the people? How do you entertain the people? What do you do for the people? I said, I'm a comedian. He says, are you? Go on then, change colour. He said, follow me. I'll show the dressing rooms. Follow me. Before we go into the club, javelin broken bottles, offensive weapons, pen knives or bobber pistols. I said no. He said, I'll take some of these in. Be safe. Follow me. When you're lovely, you're a lovely audience, you really are. And the money's almost mine, look at that. No, marriage is a great. I talk about marriage an awful lot, you know, and all the married men say yes? Yes. They sound happy. Don't they sound happy? Yes, married, bloody married, yes, married. Yes. When we get married, we'll become members of that wonderful club, the Under the Thumb Club. All the men in here tonight who are under the thumb say yes? Yes. I'm sorry for laughing. There's a man on my left-hand side just looked at his wife. Do you mind if I said yes? My next door neighbour, he's the guy, right? He's a lovely man. He's this neighbour this side. I love him to bits. He's lovely. But this neighbour this side, I hate him. He hates me. I hate him. He's got this hobby. He keeps koi carp. Fine. Doesn't like me. I've got my own hobbies. I breed herons. But the guy this side... As I left the house, he was very ill. He was on his deathbed. He looked at his wife. She looked at him, she said, I've not been the best wife in the world. She said, but just tell me in your last 12 hours on God's earth what you want. Anything will do to make your passing more peaceful. He said, get your clothes off. Get in this bed. She said, I will. She got stripped off, jumped into the bed, they made love. She was fabulous. Oh, that was fabulous. Just tell me, she said, in your last 11 hours, 58 minutes. What do you want? He said, I wouldn't mind sausage and bacon. She said, you can have sausage and... She said, I'll even grill it all because I know how much you worry about that cholesterol. She said, I'll even cook it. Now we had another time a lovely voyage together on our lovely voyage around the Caribbean on the Azura. I'll evoke some lovely memories of our breakfasts upstairs on deck 15 in the buffet. So she went downstairs, cooked it, brought it up on a nice big plate with a tray and a knife and a fork and a spoon wrapped in a cotton napkin. And evoking some memories of their times upstairs there in the buffet, she helped him out of bed and made him walk around trying to find somewhere to sit to eat it. He found an empty chair and a table next to her side of the bed, and he developed that tick that all men develop when they find an empty chair, empty table upstairs, don't they? You know, you found the chair and a table and your wife's on that side of the buffet, you start doing that tick thing like that.